Good morning everyone. In today's class we are going to discuss about subject and predicate. So what is a subject and predicate? In sentence building, subject and predicate plays a major role because our sentence is usually about a particular entity, and that entity is known as subject. Subject is the entity or entity about which we are trying to say something, and predicate is what we are trying to say about that subject. So sentence is usually divided into two parts: subject, the person or thing we are speaking about, and predicate, what we are speaking about that subject. So subject is that part which names the person or thing we are speaking about, and predicate is what we are talking about that person. Example: Hari is a diligent student. So in this example you can see that Hari is the subject and is a diligent student, that is the predicate. Okay, so normally now is a diligent student, this is something which we are speaking about Hari. So when whatever is the center point or theme of a sentence, that is your subject, and when we are speaking something about that subject, it becomes your predicate. Similarly here you can see New Delhi is the capital of India. So New Delhi is the subject about which we are speaking. It's the name of a place, and is the capital of India is your predicate. Usually subject comes first in a sentence, but sometimes it may be placed after predicate. Like, here comes the bus. So what comes? What are we speaking about? We are speaking about the bus. Hence, bus is my subject. But over here, what are we talking about the bus? Here comes the bus. So here comes this particular part of the statement, it becomes your predicate. And here you can see that the subject trails after the predicate. Blessed are the fruits of honesty. We are speaking about honesty, which is the subject, and this part, blessed are the fruits of, is your predicate. We are going to discuss about phrase. We have studied what is a sentence, what kind of sentences are there, how many types of sentences are there. Subject and predicate, that is, sentence is divided into two parts. The one part is subject, about whom we are talking about, and the other part is your predicate, that is what we are talking about the subject. So we are going to see what is phrase. A group of words that make sense but not complete sense is known as a phrase. So it is a group of words, mark these words, it is a group of words, not a complete sentence, neither is it one word. It is a group of words which makes some sense but not complete sense. You can make out something from those group of words, but you cannot make out the exact sentence, or the exact sense about what actually you are trying to say. That is known as a phrase. Like, in a corner, this is a group of words, group of three words, and I can figure out that yes, it's something is being taught, something is being talked about a corner. In a corner, that is, in the corner of a room, there could be something, anything could be there. The sun rises in the east. So in the east is your phrase. Even I can consider the sun rises, but when I simply write the sun rises, that this can be considered as a sentence also, because in itself it is making complete sense. Humpty sat. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. So on a wall is a phrase. In the east, on a wall, in a corner. They make some sense but not complete sense. But the statements, the sun rises, makes complete sense in itself. Even if we omit this part, it still makes sense. Even if we omit on a wall, Humpty Dumpty sat, it still makes sense. So those words or part of a sentence which doesn't make complete sense is known as a phrase. There came a giant to my door. So to my door is what? It is a phrase. But when I talk about there came a giant, it makes complete sense in itself. Now a clause. We talked about a sentence, we talked about a phrase. Now we'll talk about a clause. Clause is something which is in between a phrase and a sentence. A group of words in a sentence which makes sense, contains a subject and a predicate. This is important. It will contain a subject and a predicate, but that too depending upon the types of clauses. Okay, so we are not going to go deep into the types of clauses. We are mainly going to talk about the main predominant clause in a sentence. It is known as a clause. For example, he has a chain of gold. So if I just talk about chain of gold, this is not a clause, this is a phrase. But when I write he has a chain which is made of gold, so when I say he has a chain which is made of gold, this part you can see over here, which we are talking about, which can be considered as a subject, and is made of gold can be considered as a predicate. Okay, so this part which is made of gold, that is something is made of gold, so this part is known as a clause. Okay, and when I say it is a clause, it is a part of a sentence and it makes some sense. Okay, but it is a part of a sentence. It is larger, something more than phrases and less than a sentence. That is known as a clause. Yes. Some examples of clauses we'll see in these three statements. We have people who pay their debts are trusted. So in this the clause is this part, people is removed, who pay their debts are trusted. So this who can refer to the subject, hence it can be considered as the subject, and this part pay their debts, this can be considered as a predicate. We cannot start while it is raining. While it is raining can be considered as clause. While it can be considered as subject and is raining can be considered as predicate. I think that you have made a mistake. That you can be considered as subject. Have made a mistake can be considered as predicate. Okay, so this is how we can handle these. Using capital letters. Now these are some rules which you can follow in order to remember when to use capital letters. So this is something you can do on your own. Like months, capitalize the first letter in all the names of months. So all months usually we write in the form of capital letters. You can see it over here. The letter, capitalize the letter I when it is used to begin a word. So I usually is even auto converted into capitals when we are working with softwares, word processors like MS Word, Google Sheets and Apache OpenOffice. Names, capitalize first letter in the names of people, places and days, like this Tuesday Vidya will be in Rajasthan. So all the proper nouns has to be capital. Titles like Dr. Shah, D, Mr. Patel, M, that should be in capital. Starting letter of sentences, the cat ran out of the house, so that should also be in capitals. So these are some rules which you can keep in mind when you are working with sentences. Okay. Now, what are punctuations? Set of marks such as the full stop and the comma helps us separate parts of a sentence, explain its meaning. Some different punctuation marks you can see over here, like full stop, which marks end of a sentence, or short form of words, like for example doctor. Yes, so we were talking about different punctuation marks. The first one, full stop, which is used for marking end of a sentence or short form of words like doctor. So let us see that. Like for example, we write, this is my house. We write this is my house. And over here you can see that full stop has been used over here, that is in this part. Full stop has been used. So what is this? This is an example of the dot, that is period sign. In another example where we saw we can use it in the form of an initial, so we'll see how we can do that. So for using it as an initial, normally it is like this, Dr. Sethi, or we write Mr. Agarwal, or we write Miss Samita. So all these are examples of using punctuation mark, that is the period sign or dot sign, in order to mark initials. So you can see it over here, and over here. Okay, so these are examples of using your punctuation, that is dot or period sign. We come back over here. Also we can use it to refer to short forms or abbreviations, like if I have to write something like this, that is Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. So I will usually write it like this, BHEL. So what is this? BHEL is your abbreviation or short form. In a apart from this, you might be using short forms for many other different words. Okay, for example, if I write GPS, so what is GPS? Global Positioning System. So it stands for these three, GPS, and in between you can see dot or period sign is used to mark it. So these are what? Abbreviations, also known as short forms of words. Understood? So this is what you can be doing this. Okay, coming to the next, that is comma. Comma is used to indicate pause in a sentence. For example, I can write a sentence over here. He wanted to say something but could not. Or I went to study but soon got distracted. I purchased a loaf of bread, some biscuits, and a carton of milk. So you can see that over here this comma can be used for representing a kind of a pause. It can be used for representing a pause in the sentence, a short break in the sentence, not the end of a sentence. this period sign over here which you see, this period sign over here, that is used to mark the end of a sentence. Okay, this is used to mark the end of a sentence, and usually it is like this, end of sentence. But in case of a comma, it is used for representing a short pause in your statement. Similarly, here also you can see, I went to study but this happened. Okay, I want to say something but could not. So there is a short pause in between the sentences which we are representing using this. Next is listing of items. So that I already told you over here, some items were listed, so I used a comma in between to separate them. Question mark, end of question, like I write here, where do you want to go? So I'm using, this is an interrogative sentence, and in an interrogative sentence ending is always done by a question mark. Similarly, you have exclamation mark, which you use to show some kind of emotion like anger, grief, happiness, excitement, sorrow. So it indicates strong impulsive feelings. For example, I can write over here, hooray, we won the match. Or we write, cheers, it's a win-win for us. Or we write, oh dear, it must be tough for you. So what is this? We are using a strong feeling, we are showing a strong feeling. Okay, sometimes you may also use it this way, like, phew, that was close. Like for example, somebody has been doing or sneaking around someone's home or somebody else secretively, and just about to get caught but didn't get caught. So that is what, it was a close call which that person went through. So he's expressing a kind of a relief, oh my god, thank god, that was too close, I would have got caught. So that is what, all these statements you can see over here, all these words, all these this punctuation mark, that is your exclamation mark, it represents what, which type of a statement? Exclamatory statement. Or it represents a statement which exaggerates something, or which indicates a very strong feeling. Apostrophe, show possession, like I can write, this is Rohan's notebook. Whose notebook? Rohan's notebook. So when we say Rohan's notebook, it means it is showing a possession. Thus this notebook belongs to Rohan. Got it? So this is what we are talking about here. And the second one, shortened form of words, isn't, don't, won't, wouldn't, haven't, all these kinds of words. So apostrophe is used here also for short conversations, but for usually for conversations we use a double inverted comma. For example, the hermit said, go and bring me a glass of milk. So over here you can see that there is a comma used to show a slight pause, because we are trying to report a direct speech over here. Okay, and over here you are using a double inverted comma, a double inverted comma, which is used for showing some kind of a conversation. Got it? So this is what is there, and we are going to end the statement 2 using this double inverted comma. Right? Now an exercise for everybody. Classify the following sentences as assertive, interrogative, imperative and exclamatory. So this is a short exercise given to you. Kindly pause the screen. I'm giving you some time. Pause the screen and do this in your notebooks and just practice it and see what could be done, and I would be soon giving you the answers to this in my next video. In the end, just one request to everyone. If you really benefit from this video, then please like my video, share my video and subscribe my channel. Please do not forget, like the video, share the video and subscribe my channel, and thank you all for your love and support.